President, there's 7 present, 2 absent.
With 7 present and 2 absent, we have a quorum to conduct the business for the city of Gary. May I get a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting?
So moved.
We have a motion and seconded. Roll call.
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, vote is 7-0.
With a vote of 7-0, the minutes from the previous meeting has been approved. Assignment of council pending ordinance and resolutions.
CPO 2026-31, an ordinance establishing a new fund and appropriations for the lane mile direct distribution from the state of Indiana, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Shanika Beck, City Controller.
Ways and Means.
CPO 2026-32, an ordinance approving the 2026 to 2027 Partner Service Grant Budget for the City of Gary Health Department, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Shanika Beck, City Controller, Katrina Walker, Director of the Gary Health Department.
Ways and Means.
CPO 2026-35, an ordinance creating a new fund for the City of Gary Art House, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Shanika A. Beck, City Controller.
Ways and Means.
CPO 2026-36, an ordinance creating a new department for the renovations of the City of Gary Art House, sponsored by Mayor Eddie D. Melton, City of Gary,
Money.
Shanika A. Beck, City Controller.
Ways and Means.
CPO 2026-37, an ordinance accepting the City of Gary's graffiti removal task force grant from the Lake County Board of Commissioners and appropriating the funds, sponsored by Mayor Eddie D. Melton, City of Gary, Shanika A. Beck, City Controller.
Ways and Means.
CPO 2026-38, an ordinance accepting a donation and establishing additional appropriation in the Police Donation Fund, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Shanika A. Beck, City Controller, and the Gary Police Department.
Ways and Means.
Madam President, is assignment of pending ordinances and resolutions.
Councilwoman Ivy.
Yes. Thank you, Madam President. The Ways and Means Committee has before
Your
it.
mic.
Thank you, Madam President. The Ways and Means Committee has before it CPO 2026-31. Would you like me to read them in omnibus form?
Yes, please.
CPO 2026-32, CPO 2026-35, CPO 2026-36, CPO 2026-37, and CPO 2026-38. Councilman Winston is absent. Councilman Washington.
Step to the restroom.
So majority of the Ways and Means Committee would like to report out these ordinances to the council.
All right. A majority has approved CPO 2026-31. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. And one more. Okay. We ain't,
She approved.
oh,
One person is.
okay. Okay. A majority of the committee has approved CPO 2026-31, 32, 35, 36, 37, 38. Roll call? No? I just totally went blank. Okay, okay. Okay. At this time, do we have any standing committees? Anyone for special and select?
Madam President, I am currently looking for a location for the 6th District to have a community focus, or form, I'm sorry. I've narrowed it down to 2 places. Hopefully, by the time we meet again, I'll be able to broadcast that date and location.
You said you're looking for,
2 locations in the 6th district, or just 1, but I've narrowed it down to 2.
okay. Did you need some assistance with that?
Not really, unless you would like to help. No. Okay.
Okay, anyone else for special and select?
Madam President,
Yes, sir.
I'd just like to acknowledge, this past February, we celebrated Mr. Oscar Preen. He celebrated his 105 years on this earth. And unfortunately, we just buried him today. He was a World War II veteran, as well as a Korean and Vietnam veteran, and is also a member of AMVET. We'd just like to acknowledge him and our deepest condolences to his family for a great American. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, well, if no one has anything, no? So our standard announcements, wind down Wednesday. The next date is August the 5th and August the 19th, 5 to 9 p.m. at Marquette Pavilion. Live entertainment, food trucks, and cash bar. We'll see you then, wind down Wednesday. Bingo, the City of Gary, presented by Mayor Eddie Milton, at Tolliston Pavilion, 1709 Ellsworth Place, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., every first Friday of the month. So this August the 7th. Win prizes, special guests, and light refreshments. Register by calling Parks Department at 219-886-7099. That's bingo. The City of Gary, Parks, and Mayor Eddie Milton, cardio line dancing every first Monday and third Monday, 5 p.m. to 7 at Tolliston Pavilion. Participants must register for fall classes. For more information, 219-886-7099, cardio line dancing. And looking for food vendors and DJs. Food Truck Fridays, 6th and Broadway, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., across from the Genesis Tower Senior High Rise. August the 14th, so that's the last date for the food truck. So come on out that Friday, August the 14th, and enjoy some good food, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Thank you. Public portion. Our first speaker, can I get someone at time, 2 minutes? Okay. Our first speaker will be Doreen Carey.
Madam President,
Yes,
council
ma'am.
members,
Uh-huh.
I'm just here to thank you on behalf of Gary Advocates for Responsible Development for passing the steel resolution last week that requested U.S. Steel and Nippon to invest in modernization steelmaking at U.S. Steel that will make the air cleaner and the mill more competitive in the future. I think this will be a benefit to all of us and those people who come after us. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Lavetta Tyndall? Mhm.
Good evening,
Good evening.
Madam Chair and Council and all others here and our other citizens. Happy August, happy to Monday, and kudos to you, this council, on the positive action taken and the use of your voice regarding Medicare and U.S. Steel. Thank you for representing Gary. I called it the gold mine, Indiana, in focusing or favorable the favorable light that you presented for our city. Thank you also for whomever arranged for the curbs between 17th Avenue, on 17th Avenue between Pierce and Grant. We have new curbs, corners of the curbs, and we're expecting the street to be redone. And we appreciate whomever's responsible for pushing that ahead. Milestone, a representative, Mr. Chapman, has said that within 2 weeks after this, the corners have been placed, or cement has been placed, we can expect the street to be covered and smooth again. So we appreciate you, council, and thank you very much.
Mr. Paul. There you go.
Madam Chairman and distinguished council, I'm here to thank you for passing the Medicare for All resolution. I know it was there was a lot of movement at the end of the meeting there, so we didn't get a chance to formally thank you. But on behalf of the Northwest Indiana Medicare for All Committee, I'd like to thank you all for supporting that. It has made the rounds in all the local newspapers, you know, including the Gary Crusader this Saturday, and I was very happy to see that. And the Post Tribune and the Times, all three of them covered it. And it puts our city in a good light. It also paves the way for other cities in our, with that information going out, other cities and towns in our area to do the same thing, and we're working in Northwest Indiana Medicare for All Committee to make that, to accomplish that, and it's all due to your leadership on that question. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Vessel.
Good evening, council members.
Good evening.
I'm a little bit disturbed by the process of this waste pickup, garbage collection, and recycling. We used to have waste management to our garbage in Republic and Allied. Now we're dealing with how much money do we spend on purchasing all these bins, recycling and garbage bins. Do we have something in black and white? And my front yard has a 4-foot slope going down to the street. When winter conditions dealing with transporting bins to the street curbside, it could be dangerous under those conditions for that. Also, please check all streets to find out how many cars are parked with wheels on the sidewalk, allowing only one-way passage of driving. This could be a dangerous proposition for two-way traffic. Please address these matters for the Gary Sanitary District and for the City Council. I appreciate that, but I'd like to have more documentation in black and white on how our money is spent wisely. Thank you.
Okay. That concludes the public portion. We're meeting today, Monday, because tomorrow is National Night Out. Forgot to mention that. So please join us for National Night Out, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Railcat Stadium. And you will get a chance to meet our nice public safety. So tomorrow, National Night Out, 5 p.m. at the Railcats. Okay, third and final. I'm sorry, yeah.
CPO 2026 thirty-three, an ordinance reviewing a special use permit for property located at 3654 Buchanan Street to be used as a short-term rental property by petitioner Des Lofts LLC, sponsored by the Gary Zoning Department. Petitioner is Des Lofts LLC, 3654 Buchanan Street, Gary, Indiana.
Madam President,
Yes.
I make a motion for approval of CPO 2026-33.
We, motion is seconded. Overview?
Good evening, counselors, Madam President, Corey Sharp. How are you all? Good. This is a special use for a short-term rental located in the First District. This came before the Board of Zoning Appeals in June for the first time and came out of the BZA with a 4-0 recommendation in favor. This is, this property is residential and is current on their property taxes at the time of their application. With the favorable recommendation, it has a couple conditional conditions for the approval. The first is that the business gets a general business license, and the property shall be maintained and inspected for occupancy and zoning criteria, and that should comply with noise and nuisance, parking, trash, neighborhood compatibility regulations, which is all now laid out in our UDO. So we have, again, code that we'll be able to enforce. And then basically that any expansion or modification of the approved use shall require additional review and approval.
Any questions?
One.
Madam Chair, you got, oh, go ahead, Councilman Williams.
What about, was she discussing 34 or 33?
33.
Because she said in the First District.
Yeah, but that's actually the fifth.
That's the fifth.
Oh, yeah.
My apologies.
So,
That's your question,
Okay, that's my question. I said,
Councilman Washington.
yeah, Madam President, I got a chance to view some photos and some work. I'm very pleased with the work that this company and this establishment is putting in to help put rehabilitation to some homes in Gary. We have a lot of vacant properties, and it's really good to see people taking the initiative to try to rehabilitate those properties where people can actually become homeowners one day. So I want to give kudos and give my support to this ordinance. Thank you.
Other questions? Roll call.
Councilman Halliburton,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham,
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver,
Yes.
Councilman Washington,
Yes.
Councilman Williams, and President Caldwell.
No.
Madam President, the vote is 6 yes, 1
What-
no.
With a vote of 6 yes, 1 no, CPO 2026-33 passes.
CPO 2026-34, an ordinance reviewing a special use permit for property located at 1025 Vigo Street to be used as a short-term rental property by petitioner Christina Conley, sponsored by the Gary Zoning Department. Petitioner Christina Conley, 1025 North Vigo Street, Gary, Indiana.
Madam President,
Yes.
I make a motion to place CPO 2026-34 to lay on the table.
Second? We have a motion and second. Yeah. Roll call?
Councilman Halliburton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy.
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham.
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Councilman Williams.
yes, yes.
And President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, vote is 7-0.
With a vote of 7-0, CPO 2026-34 has been tabled.
Madam President, is pending ordinances and resolutions on third and final.
Okay. So, now we're back to second reading. Ordinance and resolutions on second reading.
CPO, CPO 2026-31, An ordinance establishing a new fund and appropriations for the Lane Mile Direct distribution from the state of Indiana, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Shanika Best, City Controller. You want me to continue? CPO 2026-32, an ordinance approving the 2026 to 27 Partner Service Grant Budget for the City of Gary Health Department, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Shanika Beck, City Controller Katrina Walker, Director of Gary Health Department. CPL 2026-35, an ordinance creating a fund for the City of Gary Art House, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Shanika Beck, City Controller. CPL 2026-36, an ordinance creating a new department for the renovations of the City of Gary Art House, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Shanika Beck, City Controller. CPL 2026-37, an ordinance accepting the City of Gary Graffiti Removal Task Force grant from the Lake County Board of Commissioners and appropriating the funds, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Shanika Beck, City Controller. And CPL 2026-38, an ordinance accepting a donation and establishing additional appropriation in the Police Donation Fund, sponsored by Mayor Eddie Melton, City of Gary, Shanika Beck, City Controller, and the Gary Police Department.
Councilwoman Ivy.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. The Ways and Means Committee would like to report out the following ordinances, if I may do them in omnibus form. CPO 2026-31, CPO 2026-32, CPO 2026-35, CPO 2026-36, CPO 2026-37, and CPO 2026-38. That's with a committee meeting to be held Tuesday, the 11th of August at 5:30 p.m. That's okay. With a public hearing scheduled for our council meeting Tuesday, August 18th, 6 p.m.
Did you say 5:30?
I said 5:30.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, 5:30. Here, let's,
Here.
yes, here, 555 Polk.
I get a second? Second. Okay. With, a motion and a second, the following ordinances will be scheduled for a committee hearing August the 11th at 5:30 and a public hearing August the 18th at 6 p.m. Roll call?
Councilman Halliburton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Ivy.
Yes.
Councilwoman Latham.
Yes.
Councilman Tolliver.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Councilman Williams.
Yes.
And President Caldwell.
Yes.
Madam President, the vote is 7-0.
Okay. For the vote of 7-0, we're scheduled. Do we have any city officials here? We got right out of here. This is longer than we expected.
Good evening, Madam President, esteemed council members. Again, we appreciate your amazing partnership on behalf of Mayor Melton. A couple updates that we would like to give. One being that the public and council has been asking about is that lovely elevator. We have had our elevator contractors on staff, and due to an emergency situation that we share with the council in reference to the lead technician. As you know, City Hall is a historic building, and there are not many individuals that can work on those specific things in regards to historical context that come along with our lovely building. And so that lead technician had a emergency and had to be out, so the other technicians could not proceed to the next step. However, as of Monday the 10th, everybody will be back on scene, and we will be trugging along. And again, barring no additional issues that they may run into, prayerfully one day we can have the council meetings back in City Hall. I know they want to be, and we want you to be too. At least if we can get there before budget time, because we anticipate some evening meetings, and we want to make sure you're comfortable while we work through all of the changes that we need to make and difficult decisions. So again, we try to, at least our goal as administration is to share with the council immediately when we get something. So I just took that email and forwarded it home. Not liking it, but again, what we can and can't control is beyond our reach. I know it was addressed today in regards to garbage pickup. Again, I continue to ask anybody having any concerns in reference to trash or recycling pickup, pulling to the curb, things of that sort. We have, and it's been said here publicly by some of the residents, call us, let us know. We will come out directly and assess your situation. I'll make sure you have it. They'll have it come out and personally, and they'll take a look at the situation. And we have to make some adjustments for people who are on steep hills and things of that sort. So again, we know it's not a one size fit all, but we're always mindful of those that we serve first and foremost. A couple other quick announcements. Wind Down Wednesday, as Council President pointed out, being that I want to make sure I put a specific announcement on the 19th, because that's the all-white Wind Down Wednesday. So this Wednesday will be our next one, and then in 2 weeks we'll have our final one, which is our all-white one. So everybody likes to come to the all-white one. The last one, we believe we broke around 450 people outside. That was when we stopped counting. So we had people everywhere, and they had a great time, and it was a beautiful night. This Wednesday will be DJ'd by none other than Mr. Hitman himself, our councilman. So please come out and enjoy the great tunes. We breaking records. He breaking records. So that's the goal, is to have another amazing night for our residents. If you have not, and you did not see the announcement, please, if you can, join us for a groundbreaking ceremony this Friday. This Friday, the Brothers Keepers groundbreaking. If you drove past the Brothers Keeper site, understand that they've already started breaking ground. But that's to ensure that the contractor keeps with the tight deadline that we have to ensure that we are in that facility before the end of the year. And that was the commitment by the contractor, so they had to move along. But we will have a traditional groundbreaking ceremony this Friday, 9 a.m., 22nd and Washington Street. The National Night Out, as has been brought up, will be tomorrow night, and we thank the council again for their partnership and changing their meeting so that we can ensure that we are celebrating National Night Out. We do have book bags to give away, so should anybody need, and they did not make it for the back to school giveaway, feel free to come tomorrow. They will have food, they will have everything. Please bring your children out. You may want to come out if you want to get in the tank. Be my guest, get in the tank. We're not judging here. We've seen adults get in there and have a great time in that SWAT van, so please, by all means. Also, the Gary Air Show. The Gary Air Show will be the 21st through the 23rd this year. We are incorporating for the first time in Gary a night show on Friday night. So we will have drones, we will have fireworks, whatever they're called, and then we will also have one act that will fly at night that is fully lit. So we believe that show is going to start right about 8:30. It depends on how the night sky continues to stay lit. But the food trucks will be out there, the vendors, all of those things on Friday night. And then again, your traditional Saturday and Sunday will both be from 11 to 3 p.m. So we're anticipating a great night. And if you have not been around Marquette Park, it's almost done paving. So they are paving around it. Once they get done paving, give us time. People say, where the line's at? You have to give it time to cure. So we are paving as continuous camp. We thank the partnership of the council for approving said budget for paving as we continue to work through the PACER rating on how we pave. So we paved a lot in Glen Ryan, and throughout every district has been touched. I will assure you every district got some paving, and it was based on the PACER rating. And not just paving, we have been doing sidewalks. So those sidewalks that were damaged, we know there are more out there, and it is our goal to get to every single one, but we're trying to follow the science and the data that allows for us to ensure that we're getting the most critical ones first. Demolition, as you know, that we are going to start demolition downtown here soon. We asked for the residents' patience as we continue to work through the demolition downtown. You may see some temporarily road closures. It's our goal to give you that as quickly as we can. When they go to demo the bridge that connects our Metro Center to the current Genesis Center garage, there will be a temporary road closure for 4th Avenue, and so on and so forth. Again, be mindful. Check the city's website, check the city's social media pages, check your emails. We're going to try our best to make sure we communicate that out as effectively as we can to not cause any inconvenience to our residents. The golf pad has been installed finally at the golf course. So the golf pad, the concrete pad is finally installed. We are looking to hopefully still be able to allow for some of this season to happen in regards to Gleason Park having a golf range back. So the golf pad has been installed. We're waiting on the rest of the equipment to come in, and we're going to make sure Attorney Williams gets the first swing. It is our goal to make this next season a lot of ribbon cutting and groundbreaking. So we have several different ceremonies. If you can't make the one Friday, there's still the animal shelter we have to break ground on. If not, then we're going to turn around and cut those ribbons by the end of the year, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of projects on the horizon, so we just asked our residents continue to be excited and work with us as we continue to try to make sure we're moving towards a greater Gary. Thank you, Council.
A statement and then a question. I was able to communicate with Mayor Melton, and I want to publicly thank him for signing the Green Steel Ordinance and the Medicare for All Ordinance. So kudos to Mayor Melton for supporting the council's resolutions. Secondly, Chief of Staff Dumas, there was an accident on the corner of 5th and Broadway. I think it was the old the building that's on the corner. I don't know who owns it. I know it's some issues, but the concern is I think we need to probably talk to Terrell Bonds and Housing, because the concern I have is there's a beautiful area right at the senior high rise, and they have chairs and things right there. The problem is that people are driving so recklessly. I don't want anybody to hit those elders that are there lounging for the day, because if that car comes, they're not going to be able to move in enough time. So that's just a thought. Maybe they can move those chairs to the back of that parking lot up against the wall somewhere. But with the reckless driving on 5th Avenue, I just don't want to see anything happen to those seniors. It maybe could be concrete barriers or something, but the way that people drive down that street, it could be a hazard.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We'll bring that up to Mr. Bonds and ask him to reference it. But also, too, that's why we've been activating the space across the street with the marketplace and the food truck Fridays.
Yeah.
We encourage the seniors to come out and get out into a safe space in that
Yes, that's an
area
excellent
too.
spot, yeah.
We're leaving the lights up for the rest of the season so they can come and they light them up at night, not for loitering, but again for those activities that are existing, so they can enjoy the fresh air and still be in the middle of They like to be in the middle. They don't like to be tucked off in the back.
Yeah.
They like to be seen. So
That's an excellent spot.
yeah, so we it's their spot. We tell them it's that. Technically, GHA owns the spot. They allow for the city to use it, to use those spaces. So I'll make sure I bring it up to Director Bonds.
I just wanted to commend our Parks Department and General Services. After the West Side alumni reunion that was at the Marquette Pavilion, and I stopped by for a while, but it was very professional. And then the morning after, when everybody was getting up, walking around, because normally, citizens call about the trash. There was no trash anywhere over there. So if it was, and I mean, it was a packed out house. The cars was parked almost up to Wirt High School. So for us to have those type of get-togethers, and it was safe, and it was a clean environment, I just want to just thank the Park Department and the General Services for all that they do.
Thank you, Councilman. And that's been the consistency, even with the other events happening throughout the city, is that whether it's with our partnerships with those who run those facilities or whatever, that's the first to get it up as clean as possible. But also, too, we got to thank those who are going out there. They are being a little bit more responsible with throwing stuff away. And if not, we're taking that responsibility. I know Attorney Williams made sure before we can even crack our eyes open that he had the entire Gleason Park area cleaned up next morning following those events at Gleason. So thank you, Councilman. I'll make sure I share with the team. We don't take it for granted. We appreciate it, but I think it's all a collective of all of us always making sure that the city is clean first and foremost.